Good morning, all saints. It is Wednesday morning, the 2nd of December. We're halfway through this week, and it's good to be with you this morning on a chilly morning here. Um, Many of you who normally tune in or watch our live stream services on Sunday know that we had a bit of shall we say, a technical issue on Sunday. And as it turned out, most of the service you couldn't hear unless you were in the building, which was only six of us. So last night I stitched together the parts that we did have, a little bit of spoken parts and some music that one of the people in the building used her iPhone to record and made about a 20-minute liturgy. So if you want to revisit Sunday, the first Sunday of Advent, that's what we have. I'm glad to say that I met with the technician yesterday, and I think we're good to go for this week. But one of the things that I listened in that service as I was knitting it together, listened to our cantor, Miki, singing an old spiritual, Better Be Ready. Um, Better be ready to put on that long white robe, which is clearly pointing towards end times. But for the enslaved people who sang it, was also pointing towards freedom. And Advent is a time of getting ready, of preparing our hearts to make room for the coming of Christ, both as an infant in a manger and in majesty at the end times. And I wonder what we're doing, how we're doing these first few days of Advent and settling ourselves into this better be ready mode. I look out my window at the church next door, which is our building, but it is unused. Its lot is used for Christmas tree sales every year, and the squeals of delight of children and families hauling their tree home, and just a lot of joy in the air. It's in some years I think, wait, you people are a little premature about this, but this year it's great. It's good to hear people laughing, to see smiles, and to know that people are finding joy where they can in what continues to be a very challenging time. One of the things that I have been contemplating over the past few days as I prepared myself for Advent, is kind of a pregame ritual, was how I would prepare. And one of the things I was struck by in this spiritual, one of the verses of "Better Be Ready" is, "Oh, shout, you Christians, you're gaining ground. We'll shout old Satan's kingdom down." And for modern people, the thought of Satan and some kind of presence of evil might seem to be superstitious or nonsense. But I think if we look around, we certainly see the presence of Satan in our midst, of evil in our midst. And I think that a lot of my work, a lot of the things that I do and say, is trying to not in a violent way, get rid of the evil and get rid of Satan, but replacing the evil with good, trying to spread God's love in the world. So maybe that's how I'm preparing this Advent. I need to give that some more thought. So, anyways, it's good to be with you this morning. I think today about the ways you are preparing to make room for the coming of Christ. Blessings to you and all those you love.